How would you explain astrology to a person who does not believe in it and have a very platonic relationship with astrology?
The whole play of astrology is a man and woman, and it's just brought together. That's essentially how the story is, and it's amazing. As this is not rainy season here, and
Wait,
it's pouring.
I could hear it. I could hear it. That when you're going to a mandir or anywhere in a crowded place, you're not supposed to let your hair loose because it leaks your energy.
Yeah, it's raining again. So when you ask me some interesting questions, weather seems to be reacting differently.
Yeah.
So
I mean, the probability of men believing in an astrology is less than women.
yeah, I think it's true with mercurial men, but I think Jupiterial men are different. The thing with men is men are the master generators. Because I was one of those skeptics. I never thought astrology would even exist. How can someone predict something? And what are these planets and why are they even doing it? I started there. So I understand the skeptics.
And now you're here, already studied deep into it. So, sir, I have been curious about one thing, and I would want you to give me the answer to this question with however you would want to. How would you explain astrology to a person who does not believe in it and have a very platonic relationship with astrology? A. And so, one of the person I was talking to, he told me, how can rocks around there in the universe, planets, he considered planets as rocks, how can rocks have a major influence on a human in general?
I think it's good that people are skeptical about astrology. That's how it should be. People must be skeptical about astrology because unless the other person's able to wow you with astrology, you shouldn't buy it. You should always look at it from a sense of being a skeptic all the time. You shouldn't just go with it. Otherwise, you become easily gullible. That's how it should be. So I like the way the friend is operating, saying that I don't believe in it. I think that's the right approach. That's how it should be. The way I would start astrology is there's something called serotones. And which is very similar with every cell in your body. There is serotones. And serotones are nothing but in tunes, these are the masters of the cellular biology. And there are 8 serotones which are there. There's the debate whether it's 8 or 7, but I just take it as 8 because we have the 8 planets, so we'll go with it. And in my opinion, Rahu and Ketu is one huge dragon. So that's how we have the 7 planets. And Rahu and Ketu, I just take it as one huge dragon. So you can already see a lot of references with molecular biology and with whatever has been written with astrology. And typically, you have if you just look at the moon cycles which are there, the waves that keep going up and down. When a full moon is there, the tides of the waves are really high. And when there's no moon, the tides are almost non-existent. So the water knows about it. Even the nature knows about all these things. In terms of solar flares, the elephants are able to pick this up faster, better. Earthquakes, they're able to pick these better.
Elephant.
In fact, yeah, they're in fact able to move to a place. Safety is something that they really get to. If the land is trembling, they get it way earlier. Birds, any disturbance in the magnetic field, when the magnetic fields change, the birds are the first ones to know about all this. So just because you don't have an awareness of a certain thing, it doesn't mean it doesn't exist. The first thing to do is to increase your awareness, which is increase your awareness, capability, and get really good at it. But you can always question. You should always question, saying, no, you should say it doesn't work. But you should always be aware. You should be super aware, hyper aware of what's happening. Then, when you introduce or get introduced to these systems, you will just be in a state of gratitude, saying, wow, how amazing is this? Then I think astrology starts working.
Okay.
Because I was one of those skeptics. I never thought astrology would even exist. How can someone predict something? And what are these planets and why are they even doing? I started there. So I understand the skeptics.
And now you're here, already studied deep into it.
Yeah, study deep into it, meditating every day with it, and having too much fun with it.
Wow. I would want to go ahead with, I was curious about this word called doshas, which people refer to in Kundlis. What are exactly doshas, and how does a person, okay, who is an astrologist, I don't mean to demean anybody's power here, but how can a general person, maybe even study, has the ability to change those doshas for other people, or maybe redirect, or maybe get the less influence of the planets around your kundli or around your life? Like, how does this go about? I would want you to give me a factual description related to this.
Okay, I think I like the question. It's a great question. So let's see how it goes. So essentially, if you operate on these two levels, then you will be able to handle any dosha. So the first thing is, as a man, if you operate as Jupiter, or as a woman, if you operate as Venus, then any doshas can be handled. And doshas are nothing but imbalances which are there. Because, for example, you're wearing mehndi in your hands, right? So this essentially does two things. So every time you look at it, your eyes feast the hands, the color and everything. You feel really good about it. So it releases a lot of endorphins in your system. So you essentially tend to be happier. And because you tend to be happier, you're more relaxed. And because you're more relaxed, the eye sockets in your eyes are also relaxed. You're able to see better, you're able to enjoy better. Your oxygen taking capacity increases just by doing this one small thing of doing mehndi on your hands.
Wow.
And then these are pressure points. There are a lot of pressure points in your hands. And these pressure points are consistently being cooled as you use mehndi. Now, this itself is a dosha that gets heat, as there are a lot of pitta dosha that gets heat just by putting mehndi. Whether you're aware of it or not is different. But the very fact that as Venus, that's exactly what Venus does all the time. Venus is always preparing a potion or a concoction or doing something or the other to the body. Because Venus loves the body. So Venus likes to do something with the body. So you did this, and as you did this, it changed your body, it changed your mood, it changed something or the other. That's essentially how Venus operates at everything. So if I tell you something and you go ahead and make a change, and Venus, that's how Venus does doshas. So as a woman, if you listen to somebody's dosha, you wouldn't be quiet. You would say, try this, drink this potion. If someone says, what do I do in the morning? You would say, I have chia seeds. I have lemon and honey. You'll be always recommending some potion, some concoction to help them feel better. So which means doshas are not permanent. So you can always have a way of doing it. So which means the more better the Venus you are, the better the concoctions is. So when it comes to Jupiter, Jupiter is all about awareness. So they just listen to the doshas. Then a very powerful Jupiter will have complete mastery over Ketu and Rahu.
Okay.
Now Ketu and Rahu is like, imagine the most, yeah.
That's what I know. Rahu and Ketu are basically the body and head.
No, Rahu and Ketu are essentially one is the north node of the moon is Rahu. The south node of the moon is called Ketu.
Okay.
And when you say something is north, it means it's the highest form of anything. So you say that the northern version of Ridhima is the highest version of Ridhima, which is there. The southern version of Ridhima is something that you've already mastered. You already got really good at it. So you find it boring. So you never look southern. You always look northern. So that's the way that you want to always keep in mind. So with Jupiter, what it does is first it leverages Ketu. So Ketu is so imagine there's an AI and the most advanced AI. Like right now, whoever is the most advanced AI, look at it as billion times more powerful AI is Rahu and Ketu. They both are an AI perspective. And they go to different realms. Like Earth is one realm. They go to different realms, different multiverse of possibilities, different time zones and everything.
There are different realms around.
Yeah, there are different realms around. So they go to everything and then they give you the awareness. They give Jupiter the awareness of what to do. So Ketu tells you, you should do this. And then Jupiter's like, try this. There's no logic to it. It's just an awareness. It's a complete awareness which is there. But what Jupiter does is it just is with the awareness for a long periods of time, understands what happens with the body, what are the doshas, where is it coming from? Is it water? Is it fire? Is it earth? Where is this? So it's extremely intelligent and is able to like categorize his awareness and give you a pointed response. That's why Jupiter is the Dragon Master King. So that's what is so amazing about Jupiter. So doshas are nothing but problems, and Jupiter gives you solutions to the problems.
And Venus gives solutions to the problems for women out there.
It can be women or it's all about potions. Like if you talk to Venus, she's always giving you something like, here, drink this. You feel better.
As she. How do you incorporate gender with planets?
So it's already given that Venus is a woman. And the deity for Venus is Indrani. That's how there are certain deities that are given. So you have Venus, you have Moon, and then you have Saturn. These three are
there any
deities.
stories that you would know and would you like to share related to, like, how did they have that kind of relationship with the planets?
So essentially, this is just the whole play of astrology is a man and woman, and it's just brought together. That's essentially how the story is. It's like a man's, it's just a man's way of living. Like, how can you live as a powerful man, and how can you live as a powerful woman? That's what astrology is all about, and it's all woven in one way of living it. That's how you see it.
Okay. And I remember the last time we had a word, you referred vaginal fluid as Venus as well. I would love you to go deeper into that because that has been stuck with me and I'm really curious about it. I couldn't find anywhere anything related to it and I would love for you to, talk deeper about it.
Sure. So if you just look at the 12 zodiac signs as the parts of the body. So just look at the 12 zodiac signs as the parts of the body. So the top, right at the top of the head is first house. And that's also your brain. And that's Aries. That's what Mars is the Karaka for that. So Mars is the top of the head, responsible for the brain. And the one that's exalted in the brain is Sun. So that's why with light, your brain gets excited. The whole thing about light and brain, there's a lot of connection and correlation between the light and brain.
Okay.
Second house is your face. So second house is your face, your eyes and tongue and all of that is part of your second house.
So it's all biological.
Correct. That's what I said. It's like, it's just not some stones that are there. You can attribute it towards your body as well. So third house is your throat and shoulders. Fourth is your lungs and everything around it. Fifth is your heart, liver. Sixth is your a little bit deeper in terms of the smaller intestine and the larger intestines, the pancreas and all of it, and kidneys as well. Was sixth house because kidneys is relentlessly working, whether you're eating or not. They are always working, and that's why sixth house is always working. Sixth house is always at it, like. And then seventh house is your private area. Seventh house is your private area. Eighth house is how you use your private area, which is for sex or any of it is eighth house.
Okay.
Ninth house is your thighs. 10th house is your knees. 11th is your calves and ankles. And 12th house is your the soles of the feet. That's essentially 12th house. So that's essentially the 12 signs which are there. So it starts from Aries, goes all the way to Pisces. Pisces is the feet of your, like the soles of your feet is Pisces. So if you look at Libra, Libra is essentially your private area. Seventh house is your private area. That's essentially what Libra is all about. Scorpio is the male private area because that's the eighth house, which is essentially where it is. Now, the interesting bit to it is there have been a lot of references to Libra as such. So if you look at the sign of Libra, there's a lady who's holding the balance with a balance in one hand, and there are two plates on the other, right? The two plates are there, and she's holding it. So that is very similar to the private area that she's holding. That's what she's holding. And then you can see the two ovaries which are there on the either side of it. So that's essentially what Libra is all about. And this is also called the honey pot. And the honey pot is like it's always available because Venus can never be killed. Because Venus is also the master of Sanjeevani Vidya, which means that it's always getting replenished. So all these stories are there, right there in our plain sight. But we get mixed up with certain traditions and certain restrictions that we don't talk about all this. It's been there for ages. And that's why it's... so Venus is the mole trikona of Venus is Libra, which is where the seminal fluid is. And if you look at the lady, she's wearing a blindfold, which means that she's also the ruler for Taurus, which is the second house, which is your face. But she's saying, I'm not interested in ruling the second house. I'm only interested in ruling the seventh house. That's who I am. That clearly tells you that seminal fluid, Venus are all they're all related, and that's who they are.
Wow. Okay. Okay. So one of my questions just erupted from here. How some of astrologists ever met before? They've always focused on, and there are traditional Indian astrologists. They've always focused on celibacy as a cure to doshas. What would you want to talk about it? Because I have always been skeptical about it. Like, what are they trying to say? Because I've always had a sense of, it could be traditional or it could be something related to old traditions or, some superstitions. But how would they go about it? And they don't have answers to it when I ask why.
I think it's a great question again. And it just erupted. It's a great question. So I think all Padhatis are for men. So that's where it is. It's whatever restrictions which are there is for men.
Please explain the term Padhati as well.
Padhati is just a way of doing things. Like, let's say there's a technique and there's a process of a technique. You have multiple steps towards doing certain things. It's called a Padhati. That's essentially what it is. For women, there's just no restrictions because they are superior by design. The Devi is superior by design. So she has no restrictions. She is just by existing, she is enough. That's why women are meant to be worshipped because they are so amazing just by design. Just by design, they are ahead.
Wow.
And just by looking at this one attribute of Venus, which it cannot be killed and it's constantly regenerating itself, why would you want to hold yourself back? You want to like explore that aspect more and more and not get into celibacy because there is a limitless pot which is available. So when there's a limitless pot that's available, why would you want to restrict it?
Exactly.
Right. So there's no need to restrict it. And you just want to like get deeper into it. You want to understand yourself more through the seminal fluid, through that Venus more and more. And that's your true power, which is there.
So it's all wrong. Like, why would they suggest something like that for the doshas? And the way they see it, I mean, they see it as a rule. Like, if you don't do it, no planets are going to work for you. Why would people say that, despite of having such deep knowledge? Like, where does this come from? And it's not this one. I have seen 2 to 3 psychologists emphasizing on that. Astrologists, sorry.
Yeah, so I think it's interesting you mentioned psychologists and astrologers and getting. So it's essentially they have to find out a problem. They have to figure a problem and say, this is what you're doing wrong. And just say, this is where you're going wrong. But I would rather go with understand Venus, become Venus. Once you become Venus, you become the boss of your life. So once you become the boss of your life, you stop listening to others for solutions. You start looking at how can I solve this problem myself? How can I take care of this myself? Once you become the boss of your life, which is as a woman, you step into the zone of Venus. Saturn is like, boss, what do I do? So then Saturn, you can use Saturn to clear your blocks. You can use Saturn to protect you, take care of you. And the Devi Moon also listens to Venus. So you can tell Moon saying healing. Because one of the attributes of Moon is being Asapatnam. And Asapatnam.
Okay.
So the mantra for Moon goes Imam Deva Asapatnam. Studatvam Mahate, Kshatraya Mahate, Jaishtaya Mahate, Janarajaya, Indrasya Indriyaya, Imam Amashya Putram, Amashyaya Putramasyaya, Vimshaye Shavo Miraja, Somasmakam, Brahmananam Raja. So that's the full mantra for the moon. But Imam Deva Asapatnam. Either you say Imam Deva Asapatnam or Imam Devi Asapatnam. Right? So essentially you're telling yourself that I am Asapatnam. So I hold the key to my door, which is I hold the key to my mind. If I tell my mind, do this, it will do this. If I tell my mind, don't do this, it won't do it.
Mm-hmm.
Because the moon, you can't understand the moon. You should not understand the moon. Because if you try to understand the moon, it's uncontrollable. But what you can do is you can direct the moon. You can tell the moon, let's do this. And the moon would do it. But if you say, let me understand the moon, you will just be in a time capsule where you will spend a lot of time understanding it. And then you would be like, what did I just do? I don't understand anything.
Exactly.
So you never understand the moon. You always direct the moon. You always say, moon, let's do this. And that capability is there with Venus. So when you really become the most powerful boss, you stop listening to others. You start making your own decisions. You start making your own concoctions. And those concoctions could give you vitality. Those concoctions could give you a lot of awareness on how to live, how to fortify your mind, body, everything. And you stop wasting time on these conversations.
Wow. I love the answer. I just love this answer. Wow, okay. I was thinking about moon, as you said, that Venus has the ability to direct moon very efficiently, right? And Venus is a woman. Even in Greek mythology, when I was reading the book of Aphrodite, it was Venus who was able to perceive the good sexual side of Aphrodite and not the world. It was Venus which brought it out.
Right.
I feel that it could be related to that as well. Going deeper, talking about Venus, I would want you to talk about Venus just as a planet, its essence, and the influence Venus has, like a separate fan base for Venus, like going ahead like that. I would want you to go deeper into telling me more about Venus, and so that it can help the women around me and help me as a person how to build my Venus strongly. Because even in India, the women are manipulated quite deeply. Venus is manipulated to another extent over here. Everybody is aware that Venus is strong, but people fear that Venus yet. So I want you to speak something about this related to this.
So let's take you as an example and start talking about Venus, getting you as an example, right? So you're leaving your hair loose, right? That's Venus. Because once you leave your hair loose, it rests on your body the way it wants to rest. And it's a sign of freedom. And it's something that you love. There's no specific use for hair as such. There's no utility value for the hair. But you love your hair a lot. And it symbolizes freedom, and you just let it loose, right? So that essentially is Venus. From there, you get to control everything. Because the moment you look at yourself, the first thing you always do is check your hair.
Yes.
Right? So that is a woman's hair, the way the hair is in terms of the body, how it rests, is Venus. That's once you understand that, you understand everything about Venus. Because when she goes to a sign, any sign that she sits in a horoscope or in a chart, she takes the entire chart. And does she take it in a specific way? No, she takes it any way she wants. Just like the hair that just drops. It's either one in the front, one in the back, one both on the side, or nicely done. Up to you, right? And it depends on your mood. It depends on the time of the day. It depends on are you ready to sleep or are you ready to see somebody. The hair changes. Like it's brushed well if you want to see somebody. If it's like really rested, if you're ready to sleep. And if you're doing a podcast right now where millions of people are watching, you want to like put it in a certain way that, hey, I have amazing hair, and let people see it. That's Venus. So that is the whole essence of what Venus is all about. And from there, she controls every aspect of the body. Like, because she controls the hormones, she controls structures and everything. And just in terms of if your hormones are really good, if you're relaxed and everything, your hair is amazing. It shines, it's well taken care of, it's nourished, your scalp is healthy and all of it. If you're stressed, if you're not at it, then your hair is a clear reflection of that. And your eyes as well. The second attribute is the color of your eyes. So the Venus gives for women the color of eyes as such. If you are in India and you have cat eyes, which is you have gray, blue, or green eyes, then that's a very powerful Venus and Rahu, because you're not part of that culture as such. So just by looking at a woman, while you look at the person's hair, then you know that how strong is the Venus. There's no need to have conversations in terms of give me your date, time, place, nothing. You just, within a few microseconds, you will know what's happening. And then if you are fidgety, you start pulling your hair together with your hands and all of that, then I know that your third house and Venus are connected. And that's, so you don't have to, with women, it's very easy. If they just sit, within few seconds, you know exactly what's happening to her lives. And you can tell her what's happening there. That's Venus. Eyes, eye color tells you in terms of what's the combination with Venus and Rahu. If you're wearing glasses, then are you short-sighted, long-sighted? So that tells you how much of influence you have with Mercury. So, which means that how deep are you with the mercurial side of it? If you have short-sighted, then you're very deep with mercurial. Long-sighted, then you don't want to get into the details. You want to stay away from the details.
Okay.
And the next is teeth.
Yes.
So if you have strong teeth and gums, then Saturn is good, which means you know how to take care of yourself, you know how to protect yourself, and your boundaries are clear. If your teeth is good, then your boundaries are clear, and you know how to set boundaries in your relationships as well.
Okay.
So that's pretty much everything about Venus in a few seconds. I can just look at a person. I don't have to look at their chart. I just have to look at them a few microseconds, and I know everything about that Venus.
Wow. Okay. So it's not necessary to look at a chart. Just seeing as what you said. So even your body language and your face speaks your chart, right? Or your planet.
So I think with Venus, Venus always expresses through body. So Venus is always expressing through a body. So she doesn't like to express with anything else. She always likes to express it with a body.
So if a girl wants to be more feminine, because a lot of people are going through PCOD, which is basically imbalance of hormones, and the major reason through research has been the levels of testosterone more than estrogen, which is basically being more masculine than feminine. So, having said that, being more feminine can be helped with Venus, right? Like if you feel more feminine, you really need to work on your Venus, as in such.
Correct. So Venus is the master chemist. So it can create all chemical compositions in your body. So the Venus can create any chemical compositions in your body. All the pharmacy of chemicals, Venus can create it. So, for example, let's say PCOD. You have onion oil on your head every day, and 1 hour before your bath, you just onion oil in your head every day. Your PCOD is done. You won't have PCOD because your hair from your scalp, like I said, none of these are logical.
Yeah, none of
But
these are
this
logical,
is-
exactly.
Yeah, but these are absolutely ancient because the moment Venus takes over, Venus will take care of your hormonal imbalance. She'll take care of everything because she's always starting with the hair. So you always, any problem with women, start with your hair. Any problem, start with your hair. You take care of it, which is oil it, take care of it. Every day, oil it. Every day, spend 5 minutes. As you oil your hair, like, yeah, it's amazing hair and beautiful hair. I'm so beautiful to look at. Just keep telling yourself in front of the mirror. That is telling your mind, because when you say this in front of the mirror, the mirror is moon. That's why anytime you stand in front of the mirror, that's the moon activation. And who's the boss? Venus. So you stand in front of the mirror, you tell yourself that I have amazing hair, I'm beautiful, I'm brilliant. And then you do this oil off your hair, and then you tell yourself, my hair's getting better, super amazing. Your hormones and everything would start changing. Your stress levels will like vanish. It's a response to stress. The masculine hormone, testosterone, starts coming in as a response to stress, where you feel, as a woman, I'm not able to accomplish much. I need to be the man. I need to hustle. I need to work hard. I need to do numbers. Like, let's say, all women, and this is something I'm going to generalize this to everyone. All women should be business owners, which means they should run their own business. No working under anybody. There's no, I have to work under somebody. Absolutely not. All women should be business owners. So which means you're only working for yourself. The moment you start working for yourself and you run your business a woman's way, which is, it's okay. I don't feel like working. Fine. I'll sleep in the bed. And as I'm sleeping in the bed, I'll think of my business. That my business is growing like crazy. And instead of working today, what I would do is I would oil my hair. I'll take care of my hair. And that is going to 10x your business. That's going to 10x your revenue. So if you are able to get into this zone, you would see PCOD just is out of the door.
Wow. Coming to that, hair, when we talk about it, a lot of people say that hair has a spiritual significance in your life. That these are the spiritual tool of your body. That's why you shouldn't let your hair loose in a crowded place. My mom says it, that when you're going to a mandir or anywhere in a crowded place, you're not supposed to let your hair loose because it leaks your energy. Now, I am able to relate it more when you said that the Venus starts from head. Are the most feminine energies in your hair? Is it like that?
Absolutely. So look at all the goddesses. Tell me which goddess is having her hair all nicely plaited. Even goddess Lakshmi, who's supposed to be the purest form of Venus, does she have plaited hair?
No.
Then give me examples of women like goddesses, the Devis, who are having plaited hair. Nobody.
Nobody. They've let their hair loose.
It's just a control mechanism. If the women starts becoming like a group of women starts running through and they become super powerful, extremely powerful, they all would become uncontrollable because they're like super powerful. They're like, they can just create businesses without working, without doing the 9 to 5, without doing the hustle, without doing the grind. They'll be able to do it in a different way. And if they do it the different way and they figure it out, but they don't need this traditional models of doing it, they won't listen to it. And if they don't listen to anybody, they won't be controlled. So you only the control mechanisms.
Wow. Okay. So it's all related to no rushing, calming, slowing down.
Yeah, absolutely. And not getting into debt early. If one of the biggest things of Venus is debt, it shouldn't fall into a debt trap.
Can you elaborate more on this? Like what kind of debt?
Any kind of debt. So which means Venus doesn't do well with stress. Jupiter does extremely well with stress. Stress Jupiter out like crazy. Jupiter would out like shine like crazy. But Venus is the opposite. So Venus is no stress. So you don't stress Venus. One of the biggest stress of Venus is doubt, self-doubt.
Wow. Oh my God. Awakening 101.
So the best way to put doubt in Venus is manifest $10,000 in 1 hour.
Okay.
So Venus is like, how do I do it? So then I say, okay, just chill, lie down and manifest $10,000 in 1 hour. And Venus is like, no. I mean, if you don't manifest this $10,000 in 1 hour, you're going to get into debt. You're going to get into a huge debt trap. There are going to be repercussions. There's going to be punishments. There's going to be penalties and everything. Venus would be like, no. It'll start getting into the testosterone. It's like, okay, how do I do it? What should I do? Where should I go? But the moment you take the debt away and say, hey, can you manifest 10,000 just for the fun of it?
Yeah.
She manifests $10,000 like that.
Yeah.
So that is the power that Venus has. The moment you give her a specific thing that within a certain time period, if you don't do it, there's going to be a financial penalty to it. That's something that Venus doesn't deal very well with. So debt is something that Venus was not being exposed to. The moment Venus is exposed to debt, her entire powers get reduced because she is not Venus anymore.
Wow.
She's like, okay, I can't be Venus anymore. I have to be somebody else. And the easiest thing that Venus goes for is Saturn, saying that, let me just work. let me get to working. Let me get to working under somebody. Let me get to it because I have to do this. So then Saturn's very robotic. It can only do one thing. Saturn's like, okay, I'll find something. I'll do this. And what you've done is you've let go of all this multi-level orchestration, healing capability, fun, all of it. You let it go and given it to Saturn and said, do it. And Saturn will do it in a slow way. But you want it fast. And then you're like, no, get it done fast. And then Saturn gets debilitated in Aries, which is Mars. The moment you start thinking of all this, Saturn's like, I can't do it. And then your mind is also exhausted, saying, oh shit, what do I do? Then this whole victimization starts. The moment you're victimized, which is it's money, that's the biggest victimization of women. You can victimize a woman or control a woman with money. Then you got Venus. Once you destroy the Venus, you got complete control of that. So as powerful women, never get into debt situations or debt traps.
That's
The
why
moment
this
you're-
love works for women.
Correct. So moment you don't get into debt traps, you will be golden all the time.
Wow. So affirmations, good affirmations, feeling good about yourself, taking care of yourself. I feel that's the whole part of Venus.
Yeah, not only that, you can create massive wealth. So let's say you create
Just by giving love to the words and manifestations, I feel.
just by giving love to your hair, you can manifest a crazy amount of money. You can just start there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Start.
Okay.
You can- you can-
Then
Yeah, you can manifest crazy amount of money just by doing a lot of self-care. Take yourself to a beauty parlor or a spa and spend half an hour to it. As you're doing the spa treatment, instead of complaining about what's not working in life, use that time to just manifest something. Like as the masseuse is working on your body, just manifest something brilliant with your self, and then you will see money just keeps start coming. So let's say you got $10,000, keep your spend in $3,000, so that you spend 30% of what's coming, and that 70% is there. And once you see that 70%, you will create more. That 10,000 will become 100,000. That's how you double the money, triple the money. You need to constantly see money. You're not going to use it. You just should see the money. As you see the money, you know it will come faster, better, bigger. That's the way you become super strong and successful with money.
and women have a stronger part to being delusional. Like we love to be in our world, we love to be delusional. I think that's what makes it easier for us to manifest that, while Jupiter or maybe men at the same time are completely opposite and practical. They hate this world of delusion.
So I think when you manifest from a delusional perspective, and one, stop calling yourself delusional. Just say you can say that I am a master money magnet. So instead of calling yourself delusional, just use it as a power sentence, saying I'm a master money magnet. Money comes to me easy. Money comes gushing to me. Right. So as you use these things, you're being very intentional in what you're saying, and money keeps coming to you. And you stop using words like delusional or any of it, because your mind is listening, and your mind is like, oh, this is a delusion. Okay, I get it.
No, it's
And then someone else will say, yeah,
I'm a money magnet.
right. That's it. That has a different tonality and a different energy and a different vibe to it. So you want to bring those aspects. I'm a powerful money magnet. Money comes easy. Money comes gushing to me. That's an easy thing for you to do. And then you would notice that all these becomes your reality. With Mercury, what you're saying is true, which is Mercury is very, okay, this is my skill. My skill is measured in so many dollars. So which means that I need to do so much to get this. And every time Mercury has a conversation with Venus, Venus gets debilitated. Because Venus is like, I don't know what you're saying.
Yeah.
And then you start saying, you know what, I'll just take it easy and do it. Because the moment Mercury is seeing moon, Mercury wants to destroy the moon. Because Mercury doesn't like the moon.
Agreed. Okay. Is it because of the elements of the planets?
Yeah, this is the elements of the planet. So the moon loves Mercury. Because the moon wants to. So the moon is always having this one friend who's like a best friend. Where the moon wants to chat to this best friend and say, you know what, I figured it out. I figured how I made $10,000. And I'm going to like make $100,000 from here. I figured it out. And all I'm doing is just lying down and doing it. And this the woman shares to one of the best friends. And this friend can be a male or a female, but they have a very strong Mercury. They're like, what are you doing? Pointless. You're delusional. Because you're already telling yourself, I'm delusional. So they're already playing on that psychology. They're like masters with words. They're brilliant with communication. They can twist and turn things. They're like, hey, what are you doing? What you have to do is look at how much time you spend. You have to categorize money. You have to be aware of your time. And only then it'll start working. And whatever you're doing seems illegal. How can you sleep and make money? How can you qualify it? And then it's like, you feel like, oh shit, what have I done? So Mercury has that capability to ties Venus down. And Mercury is a natural sixth house lord. So that's why I said anything to do with debt traps, Mercury is perfect with it. And that's why whenever you come and say, oh God, okay, Mercury's talking to me, you might have a headache, you might feel like, oh, my head is spinning, I can't take this anymore. And you're just going down and down and down. That is more mercurial rather than Jupiterial. Jupiter operates differently.
I would want to go deeper into that. How does Jupiter operate? But at the same time, I have a question. Okay, so my question is, I know that planets have different kind of intensity of their influence on different people based on their charts. But is there a generalized way that they, like, this is the percentage of a certain planet on your life and this is the percentage of certain planet on your life? For example, when we're talking, Venus has the majority of influence on women and Jupiter has a majority of influence on men. But are these just two planets which has major influence, or are there more planets?
So there are two concepts. One is called Shatbala. The Shatbala is a Shatbala. And Shat is nothing but a six-fold strength. So each planet has a six-fold strength number. The planet with the highest Shatbala is the strongest planet in your chart. So that is the planetary thing. And then you have Ashtak Varga. Now, Ashtak Varga gives you which is the strongest house.
Okay.
So is it the first house, second house, seventh house, eighth house, ninth house, or 10th house? So it gives you which is the strongest house in your thing. So you look at the house lord of Ashtak Varga, like which is the strongest house lord. Or you look at the strongest planet which is there, the most powerful planet in your chart. So these are two ways that you can derive mathematically in terms of how a person's planetary influences. So some people might come with a very strong Jupiter while they are women, right? So their Shatbala could be a very strong Jupiter when they come in a woman's body, right? So their Venus might not be that strong. Jupiter could be super strong, or even Mercury could be super strong. And even the Rashtak Varga would be very focused on 10th house. So 10th house is all about karmas. You're talking about karma. You're saying there must be something to do with karma, something circular in nature. And someone who doesn't have 10th house, he has 5th house. 5th house people are like, I don't care about karma. It doesn't exist for me. He's right, you're right. So that's where it comes from. But you look at the Varana system. That's where you look at from a Varana system. So Varana system is the thinking ability of a planet. How do the planets think? So it's not like a caste system, but it's essentially about how planets think. That's essentially what the Varuna system is all about.
Okay.
There's the categorization of Saturn being a Shudra, which means that Saturn can only think in one dimension. It can only do one job. And that's why Shudra. And nothing to do with caste system. And nothing to do with anything, just how the planet operates. The second is you have the trading capability, which is what Mercury is all about. Slightly better than Saturn. And it can do trades. That's essentially what Mercury is all about. Then you have Sun and Mars, which are Kshatriyas by nature, which is with their willpower, they will fight. They'll fight everything and they will go against the stream, they will protect, they will do everything. So they are the Kshatriyas by nature. Moon is a borderline Kshatriya because Moon likes to fight. If you say don't do it, Moon is the rebel, will do it. If I say don't do it, the first thing will be like, no, I want to do it. That's the first rebel nature that comes with Moon. So Moon is always, but too lazy to do anything. It's like, okay, it's fine, right? I want to fight, but it's not really needed, so I won't fight for it. But Moon has superpowers. So it depends on who's instigating Moon. If Mars is instigating Moon, then they become like super powerful warriors. If Jupiter is instigating Moon or Venus is instigating Moon, Moon behaves differently. Then you have Rahu and Ketu, they are Malich. Malich is outcast.
Oh,
Outcast.
wow.
Yeah.
This is new. Okay.
Yeah.
That's where I was always bluffing with everybody's charts.
Correct. So outcast is they don't play by the rules. Like I said, these two will go to different realms, they'll go to different planets, they'll go to different star systems, Milky Ways, constellations, universes, and then they'll come back with the awareness. And everybody else is like, this is cheating.
Yeah.
You don't follow the syllabus, you don't follow the code. And Mars is the one which has the biggest problem because Mars is always about the code, what needs to be done and everything. So Mars always has a problem with Rahu and Ketu because they're always going outside, they're going everywhere and coming back. Only two planets understand Rahu and Ketu, which is one is Venus, the second is Jupiter. And these are Brahmana planets because they are always on the awareness zone. For them, everything is fine. There are no rules, there are no always changing. So they understand the awareness. So they never try to cut Rahu or Ketu, they nurture Rahu or Ketu. So that's why. So if you have this knowledge, of Varana system, then you can choose. You can say that I understand, I'm born with these things. Now I choose to be Venus because I've taken a woman's body and I love my hair and I want to be Venus. The moment you say I want to be Venus and you start doing certain things that become more Venus by nature, then everything changes. Your whole chart changes.
And I am a vessel. That we also go ahead with that.
Yeah, that's essentially what they said, that the moment the guru comes, your life changes. But again, what we've done is we've said, oh, guru is somebody else, someone who comes in a saffron robe with a beard, and they are the ones who are going to change my life. But the guru, there are only two gurus. One is Venus, the other one is Jupiter.
Yes.
So for a woman, it's
Venus.
the moment Venus comes in, you're done. And again, it's not Ashuras and Devas. It's Devi and Jupiter. That's it. So you can be a Devi, and the moment you decide to be a Devi, your life is changed. So then your chart doesn't hold any value if you decide to be the woman.
Wow. I would not want to make it more about women because there would be men watching it as well. I would want to go deeper with Jupiter as well so that, they can. But it's hard for a man, for people to convince a man about astrology. The probability of men believing in an astrology is less than women. At least around me, that what I have felt. because men have a very practical and they don't want to know anything more about like what it is.
Yeah, I think it's true with mercurial men, but I think Jupiterial men are different. The thing with men is men are the master generators. So they are generating something which never existed. So if you want to tell a man that I'm going to tell you a future, it's counterintuitive because a man is creating the future. It doesn't exist. He's creating the future. So he doesn't want to listen to from somebody else on what's the future going to be. Because the men, the most powerful men, if you look at the most powerful men, are creating a future. And if you look at billionaires are leveraging astrology to create the future. The non-billionaires are not using astrology. They are like, no, I don't want to get to it. But the billionaires, anyone who's a billionaire has an extraordinary Jupiter, has the most powerful Jupiter. And that person is creating the future. And that person's leveraging astrology. So you would find the top 1% men are very aware of astrology and they're leveraging astrology. If you don't have a powerful Jupiter, then you don't know how to leverage astrology. But the fundamental aspect is, as men, they are always creating a future. So if someone is sitting with a whatever, and they start saying, you know what, I'm going to tell about your future. I don't want to hear about the future because as a man, I'm creating my future.
Yeah.
So I don't need someone to tell me what my future is.
And
So you shouldn't hear that future as well because it plays on subconsciously. If someone gives you, these are called hexes. Someone can hex.
okay, hexes. Is that what?
Yeah, they can just do a hex. Hex is you have the witchcraft or you have all these things where someone can just say something psychologically and it's just play in your mind, oh, I can't do this, or it's maybe because of my situation and all of it. Whereas as a man, you should be someone who believes in yourself, in your capability to create a future, and you should be at it. You can't just believe in a hex. You can't believe in some witchcraft, or you can't believe in some voodoo that your future is going to be defined by it. So a man should be like, okay, I can create my life. I can create my future. That's how it should be.
Wow. And just as how you explained women being a vessel, and the vaginal fluid is Venus. Is anything biological related to men, which is Jupiter as well?
It's a very interesting question. It's a very powerful Jupiter manifests as a super liver.
Super liver.
Yeah.
And men out there ruining their liver with those alcohol.
So if you are a very powerful man, you will be using alcohol and you will be using tobacco.
Tobacco. Okay.
Yeah, you will be using tobacco and you will be using alcohol because that is instigating the liver to get better. So that is, you need to have the high level of awareness to do it. You just can't do it and like, oh, I did it and I'm a powerful man, I did it, I screwed my liver. That's not how it works.
Okay. But I've met men with, maybe they're high on substances, which is not alcohol. But tobacco, I agree, and weed, they talk sense and they talk logic instead of men high on alcohol. Is that something related to Jupiter as well?
Yes.
Okay, wow. Please enlighten me with this. I love where this conversation is going.
Okay. So journey of Jupiter starts with Sagittarius. That's the Mool Trikona of Jupiter. And Jupiter is always going after the nakshatra. Jupiter doesn't care about the sign. Jupiter doesn't play by the rules. So Jupiter is going with Ketu first. So Jupiter is going with Ketu. And the Devata there is Dhumavati. So Dhumavati hates men. So she's like killing. She's like, and she doesn't hate men. I think I won't say that.
But she's old enough to be experienced, I feel. Because Dhumavati, I feel, is the oldest of all the Mahavidyas, right?
Yeah, so she's essentially on the Shamshan, and as the bodies are burned, that dhuma that comes from it, she is that. She's the devata for that. So she is like there to destroy. The moment you come to Sagittarius, she wants to destroy you. She loves destroying. That's what she likes to do. She wants to destroy you. So as a man, you come to Shamshan, you're trembling. You're trembling and you're in full fear and everything. She will destroy you. She wants to destroy you. And you get destroyed again and again and again. And then at some point in time, because Jupiter is absolute confidence. The attribute of Jupiter is absolute confidence, where you have destroyed fear and stepped into confidence. That's the transition of Jupiter. So let's say a very powerful Jupiter now is into absolute confidence, right? And she's coming in and she's destroying. Jupiter is like, hey, you can't. I've mastered this. Now, that Sagittarius one is the guy who is very aware of the alcohol he's having. So, this person, Sagittarius, is where the person having very less alcohol in terms of, okay, I'm just using it to enhance myself. I'm not using it for anything else.
Okay.
But the person who's drunk, doesn't have any sense of control, is where Dhumavati is destroying him. So Dhumavati is destroyed everywhere, like destroyed his intelligence, his senses, doesn't know how to talk right, doesn't know how to hold himself well. Nothing. Not a man at all, right? Destroy the testosterone as well, all die. So that man is the one who's like drinking, and she's like,
What?
you're right, you're right, Ali, you're right there. I'm here to destroy you and kill you. Thanks, you made it easy for me. The most confident man is the one who's like, I have no sense of fear. I'm very confident. And using this alcohol is just because I like pushing boundaries. That's the Jupiter it is. He's drinking not because he wants to get drunk. He's drinking because he wants to see, like, okay, if I have this much of alcohol, what does it do to my liver? How does it push myself? Like, because liver it generates.
Yeah.
Like how I mentioned for seminal fluid for women, it's always getting replenished. But liver is an organ that can generate itself. Even if 10% of liver is left, it can generate the entire 100%. It's a generative organ.
Wow.
And it's the king of the gut. It's the king of the fifth house. So if you are looking at fifth house, the king of the fifth house is the liver. And it takes care of your heart. So if the liver doesn't work well, high cholesterol, high BP, and everything, people think it's heart. It's not a heart, it's a liver. Even if your walls are blocked, if you have a super liver, you won't have any problems with your blood flow, heart, nothing. So a superman will have a super liver. But this is advanced guy. It's like a guy who's like realized his Jupiter. That's this. Now the highest form of it is from Sagittarius traveling all the way to Ardra. Ardra is the highest form of Jupiter, the most powerful, most amazing, most brilliant Jupiter out there. That's the highest form of Jupiter. And that is a air sign. It's an air sign, and that's where smoking comes in. That's where you find higher quality man over there who's smoking.
And smoking could be anything, tobacco, weed.
Yeah, tobacco, weed. Like the higher one is always going with the tobacco, weed.
Okay, wow.
If the person is in Andhra, it's going to be tobacco. If the person is influenced by the moon, because there's a woman next to him all the time and she loves him and all of it, and this guy is smoking weed, because right next to Ardra is Mrigasrisha, and Mrigasrisha is all about the moon. So Mrigasrisha is about a drop that's hitting the top of the head, and gets distributed to the entire body. That's Mrigasrisha.
Okay.
So that's why weed, because you want to experience that drop. that nectar that's coming and hitting you all the time. But if you were Ardra, you would go tobacco because you wouldn't. Tobacco works differently.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow, that's a whole lot of different concept that we've dived deeper into.
And this is not cigarettes. I'm not talking about cigarettes at all. I'm talking about cigars and like I'm talking about those ancient ones. I'm not talking about the new age ones.
Yeah, I get it. I get it. You're talking about legit tobacco, rolling tobaccos and cigars.
Correct. Yeah. I'm not talking about the new cigarettes which are coming and
Get it?
like
Yes.
battery made and all of. That's not what I'm saying. So this is a different quality of Jupiter. It's a very evolved Jupiter. Very evolved, super powerful, no rules, no regulations. They only listen to themselves. They make their own decisions and they create their own future. And there, if you find a Jupiter that's smoking tobacco, that's a very evolved man. If you find a guy smoking weed, then he's not there yet. He's all about getting stoned.
Yeah.
So he got all the way to the heights and then got distracted and just got stoned. But the guy who's not getting stoned but using tobacco is the most evolved guy. So it's again a very small percentage of super evolved guy.
Yeah. Exactly. Wow. So, how does it go? Like, how does the Jupiter starts working into a boy? Because you're always a boy before becoming a man. It's the morals, or maybe the Jupiter acting when you become a man from a boy, right?
I think lovely questions.
Yeah.
So the only thing is the orphan side of it, which is a corner case, which we will obviously deal with at a later point in time. But typically, if a boy has mother and father, then till 18 years, it's the mother's nakshatra which will take care of the boy.
Okay.
So the mother's nakshatra will always take care of the boy. So the moment the boy turns 18, then the Jupiter starts working.
It's exactly 18, being an adult. And
Correct, being an
it's
adult.
for the women as well.
No, women are the moment you hit your periods.
Okay.
So the moment you hit your periods, which is from your Mool Trikona, which is Libra, you go all the way to Aries, which is the red sign, which is a bleeding sign. And
Even
the
if
Bharani
it's at 11 age, even if it's at age 11.
Yeah, the moment you start bleeding, that's when your Venus gets activated. Because you have to go from your Mool Trikona, you have to go to the most uncomfortable place, which is not your Mool Trikona, 7 houses away. So you got to like go all the way opposite. And that's what is the true testament to it. So let's say someone's super powerful, right? The Aries is all about competition.
Okay.
Whether you have a positive spin to competition or a negative spin to competition is up to you. But you just like to be there. You just like to show up.
Oh, wow. Wow, I love the example though. Okay.
That's it. So that's the highest thing. So once you get to the highest maturity, Aries is where it is. You get the highest maturity, and that's the menstruation, start of your menstruation, because that's the bleeding sign. That's a sign that's always bleeding.
Aries.
Aries.
Aries. So my birthday is on 19th April. I don't know if I'm an Aries, but a lot of people say that I'm a cusp because Aries ends and Taurus starts. Does it go like that? Like, does only birthdays tell your zodiac?
Start, and your body tells you everything.
It's your chart, right? It's not exactly your birthdays.
No, it just makes it interesting because they want to. It's very difficult to learn astrology from a mastery level, right? Because you need to have complete mastery over this because there's so much of text, yogas, and everything. So it's easy to just talk about one sign and then say, "Hey, this is who you are." That's easy to get to it. 9 planets, 12 signs, and there's a combination of it. It goes too much for people to compute. So it's easy to just say you're just this one person. Oh, okay, I get it. Fine.
Yeah.
It's just a control mechanism.
Okay, wow. I would want to deviate the conversation to numbers now.
Okay.
But we can relate it. I mean, I am curious that do numbers and planets go along the chronological level, the chronological way of the planets, however they are in the universe? Mercury, Venus, Mars. That does it go like that? Like one number is Sun, then Mercury, Venus, Mars, Moon. How does it go? Like, is it like that?
It goes that way. I think Sun is 1, Moon is 2, Jupiter is 3,
Okay.
4 is Rahu, 5 is Mercury, 6 is Venus, 7 is Ketu, 8 is Rahu, 9 is Mars.
And does your birth dates does tell you about your planet?
Like I said, for me, I get a lot of information just from the chart. So when I get so much information from the chart, and I'm really good at reading the chart, so I don't need anything else. I don't need all these half systems. I get the full system when I look at the chart.
Okay, wow. Okay. So what is the most powerful number and what number does the planet is associated to? Which planet is associated to that powerful number?
I think the most amazing number is 33.
33.
Yeah.
6 number contributes 6 Venus. Why did you say 33 instead of 6?
So 33 is a master number. So it double times Jupiter. And it also brings in Venus. So it's a great combination of Venus and Jupiter.
Oh, yeah. Double times Jupiter because 3 3. Okay. Wow. Okay. Okay. So I would want you to enlighten me with telling more about numbers and planets and how do they have a link together. Like how does
Okay, give me
astrology-
an example. Give me an example. Ask me a question. Then you explore that.
Okay, related to specific number and planets.
Anything. Anything.
Okay. We'll go ahead with the 11 Heaven show itself and start with the number 11 if we can. Like, give me more information about the 11 number. I will tell you my perspective of 11. Why did I keep it? Because for me it was related to Shakti's Trishul pointing towards that 11. I was quite fascinated by that fact. That's why I was like, it's a total Shakti oriented number. And plus it constitutes 2, number 2, which is a moon's number. And moon helps you to be more feminine. That's why I feel like I just interconnected and went ahead with the number 11. And since women are more capable of making home a place like heaven, that's why I went ahead with 11 heaven.
Okay. Nice. Good one. I think that's a good one. Okay, let's explore that. So 11 is your superpower. So when you say 11th house is your superpower.
Okay.
It's your most powerful superpower which is out there because it's 12th from the 12th. It's a gift from the spiritual realm itself. It's like a spiritual realm which is 12th house, and 12th from 12th is 11, and 11 is the gift from the spirituality. So that's your superpower. It's like the entire universe telling you that here's your superpower, take it and have too much fun with it. The second about 11 is it's a master number. It's a builder. It's something that builds. And it's also related to moon. Moon likes to build. So if you give moon a creative task, if you tell, hey, let's go and build this, let's go have something and build it, let's have a creative outcome to it, moon is amazing at it. So moon is brilliant at it, and it really comes through fully. If you say, let's go and destroy something, then moon is not very comfortable doing it. It does it, but it goes through a lot of stress. So that's why 11 is a great number. It's 11th house, which is your superpower. Second is your moon. It also has building capabilities, and it's a master number as well. So the master number is 11. It's a very foundation of all master numbers. So if you look at 11, 22, 33, these are the primary master numbers. The new age master numbers are 44 and 55, but let's just stick with 3, which is 11, 22, and 33. So it's a very foundation of the number. And if you look at heaven, heaven is nothing but 10th house. 10th house is heaven. So which is, if you take the Lagna is your first house. The highest of where the Lagna goes is your 10th house.
Okay.
And all the benefits of the 10th house, which is like any gain from the 10th, is 11th, which is the second house from itself. So if 10th is your focus, and that's your mid-heaven and the highest heaven, all the benefits of the 10th goes to 11. So then the 11th heaven makes perfect sense because you're getting all the benefits of heaven and coming to 11. So makes perfect sense. It's a great...
Wow, okay, I love it. Plus, so recently it was post I released 11 Heaven as a name. The plane crash. It was 240 people died, and there was just one person on the 11 number seat.
11.
Yeah, what are the odds? Like, what does it say about the number 11 more?
I think that's just a mind game that we do to ourselves. I think that we should just leave that as such, because it's just a number game. It's a possibility, because 11A is actually 12. Because A is 1. It could be 12. So then it could be
A
the realm of 3.
You just said A is 1. Even alphabets has
Yeah,
number oriented.
alphabets also have number. Yeah.
Please go deeper into it. This is new. I did not know it. I would want you to go ahead with that, please.
So there's a Chandelian system that gives alphabets numbers. So you can get numbers from the alphabets and then numbers from your date of birth, and then you can see which matches what. So these are systems which have been there for a while, and you can use it to see if it works. But like I said, and these are all half systems, because it doesn't take the chart is a full system. That's why I always keep calling that to be charts. The numbers are just these are toys of the mind. The mind likes to play games. So you just play games with the numbers, names, and everything. But again, come back to being the Venus or Jupiter when you get to the chart. Then the mind is like focused, like, okay, boss, I got what you're saying. Now what do we do?
Yeah, okay. So even alphabets has vibrations, I feel.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, it does.
Which is if it's associated to a number, it certainly has a vibration. Like planets has vibrations because they are associated to numbers as well. So even while we are speaking some words, as you said, the affirmations that you do, they have vibrations, right? Because they're associated to the numbers. And maybe universe is not able to understand what we are speaking, but universe does understand numbers.
Yeah, R is a very powerful alphabet, because R is moon and R is also Rahu. So it's a very powerful alphabet. So if you have R
with that. Wow.
Yeah. If you have R as your starting alphabet, then you have very strong moon and Rahu aspects.
Okay, moon and Rahu, both of them.
Yeah. The highest form of moon is Rahu, and it starts with R. So that's R has a lot of, because R, the number that's associated with R is also 2.
Okay. Wow. But I would want you to I would want to know more about, astrologists, like in a way that I as I said, I'm repeating one question again because I'm still curious about it. A lot of astrologists do have their way of dealing with the charts and everything, right? I found you to be the most factual person as an astrologist, the most factual I've ever met. Because, your things make sense, logic. If I'm asking you something, you have a certain explanation toward it. Astrologers do not. Other astrologers, they do not. They just say it. And they want us to go by certain rules and regulations. Are rules and regulations for a person to go abide by, the certain rules and regulations, do they actually help with the doshas and charts? Going by certain rules and regulations, like people say, like, this is what you're supposed to be, this is what you're supposed to be. But Venus at the same time is all about being free. How can I correlate both of it in my head?
It's raining again. So when you ask me some interesting questions, weather seems to be reacting differently. So it's interesting. Okay, cool. Fine. So let's take this. I love this question. I think you'll be liking a lot of questions that are coming from here. Right? So pretty cool what you're doing. Yeah. So here's my thing. So let's say the most restrictive planet. The most restrictive planet is Saturn.
Yeah.
Okay. Why? Because the Varuna system is Shudra is a Varuna system. Doesn't understand anything. Has to follow rules and regulations. And doesn't question rules and regulations. That's something that Saturn does. I don't question, I follow. That's what Saturn does. So if I have always instructed people, and it doesn't matter what Shadbala I have, it doesn't matter what Ashtakvarga I have. Right? If I'm telling everybody, I don't care, follow this. I don't care, follow this. Right? If I keep telling this person this all the time, I am inherently activating my Saturn all the time. Because I'm saying that this is what it is. Right? Now, as an astrologer, that's one level, level one down. That's who I am every day. I'm making that. If I'm always saying that, oh, it's based on time, it's based on doshas, it's based on gocharas, and it has to be followed. And then someone says, you know what, all these doshas, gocharas are changed because you have Indrasyarudra dasha, you have Ashtotri dasha, you have Yogini dasha. I'm like, no, nothing works. Just follow what I say. And then, there are errors in the Ainam size because earlier the errors were with Ashtani, and then it went to Revati, and now it's with Mula. So the Chitra Paksha and all of these questions are there. I know none of those things work. Just follow this. But I'm following a certain software, and this is what it's telling you. So you only do what I ask you to do. And then you become Saturn. As an astrologer, you become Saturn, right? Nothing wrong, nothing right. You just become that. Then maybe the next version of the astrologer is someone who is mercurial by nature, very good with math, calculations, and giving you excellent communication and everything, and telling you what needs to be done. Might interest you to some extent, but the moment you come back with problems, saying that whatever you said is not solving, then gets flustered because you're not. It's like, okay, give me more money. So you give me more money, then I'll talk to you. Because his focus is business. I want to just get the business going further and further. I don't like depths. I cannot go to depths because Mercury is debilitated in Pisces. It was like a massive ocean which is there. I don't know what to do. It's anything that's uncharted, unknown. I don't know what to do. I can tell you within numbers, I can tell you all this, but if it goes uncharted, I can't help you, right? And I always destroy Rahu and Ketu as Mercury. So anything that talks about AI or other realms, other planets, time dilations, I stay away from it. I only stay in this physical world because Virgos were on exalting. So that's the second category of astrology. So if I keep talking like that, then I become Mercury. Slightly better than Saturn, but I'm still there. Then the third category is the Sun and Mars. They're fighting for you. Like, no, I have Vak Siddhi. So if I say something, even if you are going through something, you would change. Or you go to this temple. So they always are giving you suggestions. Go to this temple, do this, like I said, like put some oil on your hair, your PCOD will go. So they're always fighting for you. Good intentions, they're fighting for you. But it's always fighting. You're not understanding how can I get better? How can I use this energies to make a difference? They're not using Rahu and Ketu because they don't like Rahu and Ketu. They always go out of syllabus.
Right.
So I am here talking from me being the most powerful Jupiter, right? Because when I'm being the most powerful Jupiter, I have complete access to everybody. And then I have complete access to Rahu and Ketu. So I can just, what is she talking about? When suddenly I get the awareness, it's like an intuition it comes from. Because Ketu's working hard as you ask this question. And Ketu's saying, hey, this seems to be the thing. And I'm using my awareness and I'm telling you something. So I'm fascinated with my answers. As you're asking the questions, I never had these questions before. As you ask these questions, I'm getting instant answers. And I'm fascinated. My awareness has got better. I become a brilliant astrologer just by your questions. So I love more questions to come in and more problems that you have and you're trying to solve and change things and everything. So I become Mahakal.
Okay.
Then I'm at a different zone. I can become Bhairava, I can become Mahakal because Jupiter becomes the Devata. That's the beauty of Jupiter, becomes the Devata. So if I keep talking or harping about a certain thing, I become them. That's so fun, fascinating for me. And that's the kind of astrologer that I love to be because more brilliant, most fascinating Jupiter, more powerful. And I'm becoming more of the billionaire that I am. For money as well. Right? Without asking for money, money is just coming from somewhere else. I'm generating the money. I become the master money generator. The same thing with Venus. You go to a woman with a very powerful Venus. She has a lot of things with her. And she becomes more powerful as she helps people. So the more I'm helping people, I become the master money generator. So why would I do anything else? Why would I do anything else? Why would I get to roots? Why would I get to anything else? Which I'm extremely successful in life. I'm helping people. As I'm helping people, I'm becoming more successful in life. So why would I choose anything else? It's fun when I see others transforming and changing. My life is becoming powerful and brilliant. Why would I choose anything else? It's just a natural progression.
Yeah. So there's no fear related to planets, right? Like there's no fear related to astrology when you talk about
Yeah.
it.
Absolute confidence. You should come with absolute confidence. So look at someone who's been like that. You can look at Bhairava, you can look at Natsaraja. Like everyone dispels fears. They come with absolute confidence. Like bring it on.
Bring it on.
Like yeah, Mahamrityunjaya. Like even the death is like, oh, I'd rather not mess with you. So be there.
You told me elephants sense earthquakes,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Elephants in South especially are related to protector of a kingdom, of even mandir, right? Elephants are regarded as that. Even elephants have those quality of Mahakal and
So elephants are called Nagas as well. So there's a Sanskrit word is called Naga Malla. So the mount of Indra, Airavat, is called Naga Malla.
Nagamal.
So
Okay. Wow.
Naga Malla. So because of the trunk is all twisted and everything. And their trunk is also like a snake. So that's why they call Nagas. So if you attribute to it, elephants would also be the ancient dragons. And the ancient dragons would be Rahu and Ketu. So that's why they are so powerful.
Wow. Wow. This I never knew. I mean, I've always been fascinated by elephants as to keep in a house. What about peacocks and parrots?
Yeah, all the birds have their own places. It's all part of the Pancha Pakshi system, which is again down south. So peacock has its own place. Like peacock replaces eagle as such. So peacock is very powerful in terms of how it is able to extract poison, snakes, and everything. It's like very close to peacock and eagle. So eagle is like more western, and peacock is more southern. It's like more of the South Indian version of eagle. But all these are very powerful birds, and parrot is more in tune with Mercury.
More in tune with Mercury.
Mercury, yeah.
Oh, parrot. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And Mercury is not right for Venus.
It's not about not right. It's about as
Knowing.
a very powerful Venus might find Mercury and all.
Yeah, very powerful Venus might find Mercury annoying. That's true. Now I know like how Mercury goes and talks about it.
And it depends. There are some women who love 1, 4, 7, 10, which is 1, 4, 7, 10 is the 4 cardinal pillars. They are like the 4 ways of functioning. And they are the good girls out there who follow rules, they follow systems and everything. For them, Mercury is perfect because Mercury is telling them, do this, do this, do it. And they're like, okay, it's going of that. The woman who is putting her hair down, she's like, you know what, my life, my way of living it. Mercury is like, you're not going to listen to me. She's like, yeah, I know, I'll listen to you. Then Mercury has a problem. Till the woman's always listening to Mercury is great. The moment woman is like, I don't listen to you, I listen to myself, and Mercury is like, I don't know what to do with it.
Wow. I mean, that's why astrology is all about keeping the bird as a tool in your space.
Correct. Exactly. Owls are related to goddess Lakshmi.
And I thought parrots are associated to goddess Saraswati. That's why I kept fast.
So you have swans, and a swan is more related to Saraswati.
Saraswati, yes. Swans are more related. So, what kind of energies? Okay, going to that question, what kind of energies do goddesses and gods, vahanas have? Like, is it all
It
associated?
depends on the sign as such. So it depends. Every sign the Venus is changing. So every sign has a certain goddess which is there, and with every sign there's a certain vahana that's associated with it.
One of the goddess related to Ma Kali has a donkey as a vahana. If you're aware of. I want to know what relevance does a donkey has as a vahana.
It's so when you look at Kali, goddess Kali, she is in Virgo,
Okay.
and Virgo is she's like totally destroying everything, right? Like there's blood everywhere, so she's destroying everything which is there, and there's blood and everything over there, and that's lion is already there. Lion is already a vahana which is there. She's destroying everything. So Kali doesn't need any vahana. So she's come off from the lion. She had a lion. She's come off from the lion. So then everything is just a story. It's just a story to tell you that, oh, there's a donkey, there is this. But if you look exactly opposite to from Virgo, you go all the way opposite, is in the land of elephants, which is Pisces all the land of elephants. Right next to elephants is the land of horses, which is Aries. So these are signs which have certain attributes and everything. And that's how you need to start looking at it. You don't have to look at colloquial stories, because colloquial stories will have their flavors to it. Kali's not going to listen to you. She's not even going to stop and look at you. She's going to just kill you. She's like, I am bloodthirsty. I'm not interested in any of this. Till she's in Durga, she's like well dressed, she's got the crown, she's got everything. She's got the lion, and she's got the moment she's like into blood, and she's like taking in blood and everything. She's of a different zone.
Wow. I'm so overwhelmed with the information that I've had today that I mean, honestly, it changed my life. Like, I needed it. Big time. I needed it. I mean,
I'm very happy I was able to have this conversation. I thought with all this power cuts and failures, which never happens, I'm extremely fascinated. I think there's no power cuts, nothing. There's a regular steady stream of rain, which is interesting for this time of the month. But all good. I think I had a great time.
it was a great time. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, sir, for your time. And I loved having you over.
Thank you. You're welcome.
Thank you so much, sir. Anything that you would like to just sum up with? I mean, I asked this question to all my guests yet. You're the third one, by the way. Jupiter.
Sure.
You're
Thank you.
the third one on the 11 Heaven show. And I would want you to give any ray of hope or anything to the people out there, because 11 Heaven works on a purpose, which is to aid people out there with their mental streak or mind, body, soul streak. So I want you to give a message out there related to Jupiter, Venus, anything you want.
Sure. I think the whole purpose of astrology is all about self-awareness and using that awareness to empower yourself. It was never about prediction. It was never about prediction. It is the most powerful Jupiter is not looking to hear predictions from another man or another woman, because he wants to create his own future. So the most powerful Jupiter is not interested in listening to astrology
Yeah.
from a prediction perspective. He's only looking at it from an awareness perspective. If you say you have these capabilities, you have these special powers, and because of these yogas and special powers, you will do very well in life. That is enough, because you need to look at certain anchoring positions and you're done. The same thing is with Venus. You don't want to give rules and restrictions to Venus. You want to give that empowering message that believe in yourself, be the most amazing woman out there, and you will accomplish big things in life. So it's always about self-belief and empowering yourself. So astrology has never been about predictions. It's just always been about self-empowerment. So believe in yourself and empower yourself. Don't get into predictions. It's one of the most boring things to do in life.
Wow. Lovely. I love it. I love it.
I love this book.
Thank you so much, sir. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot for this conversation.
Sure. Take care.